Good evening, Dominica, and welcome to this very special interview where we celebrate 5 remarkable and talented young women who are vying for the title of Miss Dominica 2026. I am your host, Konanya Thomas, and this live is brought to you by Emo News. Now, here with me tonight, I have the lovely Miss Monel Alexis, who is going to tell us a little bit more about the show and what to expect. So, Monel, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling wonderful. Good evening to you, Miss Thomas. And good evening to all the viewers of MO News. We're here this evening to talk all things Miss Dominica 2026. The show is taking place next week, Thursday. That is February the 12th. We begin at 8 p.m. at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Very exciting competition this year. We do have 5 intelligent young ladies vying for the title of Miss Dominica. Interestingly, the first competitive round is the question and answer. So it's important that you attend the show very early this year so you witness the question and answer round. In addition to that, you can expect the evening wear round. There's swimwear, there's talent, and there is a national spectacular wear creation round. All exciting rounds that you can expect for this year's pageant. Preparation for the show has been amazing thus far. I want to thank the hardworking team who are behind the young ladies, ensuring that everything runs smoothly. The young ladies, they have been having several interview sessions. They've had segments where they reviewed former queen competitions so they can get themselves prepared, and also they've had preparations of walking and moving on stage. So here at Discover Dominica Authority, we have done our part to get the ladies prepared for the Miss Dominica National Queen Pageant. Next week, Thursday, is going to be something very exciting, and you do not want to miss it.
All right, Monel, thank you. Now, for those persons who have not gotten their tickets as yet, where can they purchase their tickets and how much?
Tickets are available for the Miss Dominica National Queen Pageant. You can get it online at dominicafestivals.com or at our office, Dominica Festivals. We are located on Great Marlborough Street in Roseau. Tickets standing only $65 EC. Sitting, uncovered seating, that is 100 EC dollars, and VIP experience is 250 EC dollars. VIP experience this year, we're turning things up. It's going to be spectacular. Imagine you're in VIP and you have access to the front of the stage. You have access on the left, on the right. You're being served on a table with your peers. You have access on top of a platform. You have the screen view and all these other exciting things. There is a food bar. There is a drinks bar. You're being served at VIP. So we're creating a very interesting experience for you this year at the Miss Dominica National Queen Pageant, and you do not want to miss it. Again, tickets are going quickly. Do ensure you get your VIP tickets, 250 EC dollars, right here at our office or online at dominicafestivals.com.
All right, so I think that pretty much covers it, right?
That pretty much covers it. We're here to, rather you're here to interview the ladies this evening. I do hope that you guys support all the contestants in the Miss Dominica National Queen competition. Remember, being on stage is not simple or an easy as it looks. Is very challenging. I'm encouraging each of you to celebrate every lady that goes up on the stage. Clap, applaud if someone makes a mistake. A little encouragement goes a long way. So let's all play our part to support and encourage every young lady on the night of the big show. Again, ladies, February 12th is the big day. You don't want to miss it. See you on Thursday, next week Thursday, at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Miss Thomas, thank you so much for having me. And ladies, all the best with the interview. Emo News, thank you so much.
Thank you, Monel. All right, guys. So tonight, we are not only meeting the contestants, but we are meeting advocates, leaders, and voices for a change. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure. So now we want to get to know you guys. We want to get to know a little personal information about you all. So we're going to go round table and we're going to introduce ourselves. Now, there's a little thing that teachers usually do, right? On the first day of school. Usually they ask the new students, tell me one thing about yourself that I should know. So we're going to do this tonight. So you're going to tell us your name and at least one thing about yourself that's interesting or you would like the audience to know. So we'll start with you.
Good evening, everyone. I am 19-year-old Sancha Tyson, representing Kerfish River, Kalinago territory in this year's pageant. My platform is Roots and Radiance, empowering both Kalinago and Dominican women through cultural identity. Now, one interesting thing about me that I would like people to know is that I'm not afraid to stand up for myself, and if I feel like something is wrong, you will surely know.
Thank you.
Good evening to the listeners and the viewers of MO News. My name is Dana Grano. I'm 23 years old and I will be representing Atkinson and the Kalinago territory in this year's pageant. My platform is The Hidden Victims, a commitment to protecting children in violent homes. And I am proudly sponsored by Petrocaribe. And throughout this pageant and even tonight, we're cooking with Petrogas. And one interesting thing about me, I love nature and I love animals.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. I am contestant number 3, Shireen Mills, and I'm proudly sponsored by Republic Bank. We're the one for you. In this year's pageant, I am representing the communities of Jimit and St. Joseph, and my platform is Breaking the Stigma, Empowering Women, Confidently Confronting PCOS. One thing I would like you all to know about me is that I love numbers. As a banker, I love numbers.
Good evening, everyone. I am 21-year-old Dana Eugene, and I am proudly representing Grand Bay. My platform for this year is From Silence to Strength, Empowering Lives, Inspiring Hope. I am sponsored by Islanca Valvoline and Discover Dominica Authority. One fact that you should know about me is that I am fascinated by bees.
Good evening to the viewers of MO News, both here and abroad. I am Denisha Yuzeb, representing the community of Grand Bay and proudly sponsored by the Kingdom Bank Corporation. And one thing that's interesting about me is that I can whistle very well.
All right. So we have persons who can whistle, we have persons who love bees, love animals, persons who are outspoken. Okay, you can keep it. So we know that the journey has been long, if some might say. So what has been the most exciting part about the journey thus far, the journey to the throne?
For me, the most exciting part on this journey is being let me see. There's been a few, to be honest. I would say is dressing up and, the appearances, going out there and looking pretty. Yeah.
I agree. I feel like I would enjoy the getting glammed up, getting my hair done, and especially the new outfits.
For me, the most exciting parts would be definitely connecting with advocates, victims, and survivors of my platform, because throughout the years I have realized, and even throughout this season, that the Miss Dominica pageant is bigger than myself.
I would have to agree with Sancha that I enjoy the appearances, the making up, the dressing up, and just interacting with everyone out there.
For me, it's the bond that I have formed with this amazing set of ladies.
Aw, that is so nice.
What I find most exhilarating about this journey is actually the gym. Surprisingly, yes. Something about the gym that's, it makes me disciplined, and something about the pain that really gives me that drive, that push.
So prior to the show?
No, I've never had to subscribe to the gym before the pageant, no.
Okay. All right, ladies, so we're going to do a little individual segment now. So the first question is for Denisha. So, Denisha, you are a geography graduate. You're a dancer, a model, and an environmental thinker. So, question, what made you decide that pageantry was the right platform for you at this stage in your life?
Well, I've always loved pageantry from a very early age, and I've always wanted to take part in pageants growing up. But growing up, I lacked a lot of self confidence, and I was a very timid individual.
Really?
Yes, but despite this, during my time of study at the Dominica State College, I decided to take on the Miss DSC Mass Jamboree pageant. And I think that's because of the experience and the confidence that I gained and I understood what pageantry was all about. I decided, you know what, let me take on a bigger stage. And although it took me much time to decide to take part in the Miss Dominica pageant, I decided that 2026 was my year.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Denisha. So the next question is for Miss Dana. So you're a valedictorian, a future medical scientist, and a Red Cross member. So from the classroom to healthcare and now the stage, what drives your determination?
I have always been amazed by pageantry. Actually, my sister competed in Miss Dominica 2023, and I had the experience to be there with her. So it was like, that's something I would want to do. My personality is very daring, by the way. So I decided, yes, that is something I'd like to do. And my siblings, they encouraged me. So I said, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, awesome. So you have that backing from your family members.
Yes.
All right, that's lovely. Okay, so Shireen, business-minded banker and a woman's health advocate. So how would you describe the personal transformation that brought you here?
I would say that, like Denisha, being someone who was timid, someone who shied away from the crowd, I usually found ways to push myself towards the crowd, although I was afraid of that crowd, because I've always wanted to conquer my fears. And the transformation thus far, it has been exhilarating. It has been one which has turned my perspective and really transformed how I would think of things, how I would react. I am slower to react. I am calmer. I am more tunnel visioned.
All right, thank you, thank you. So, Dana,
Yes.
former Miss Mayfair's Queen, entrepreneur, passionate protector of youth. You've dreamt of this stage for over 15 years. What does this present moment feel like for you?
It feels kind of ethereal, like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. And it's not what I dreamt it would be like, but I'm here in this moment and I just can't wait to hit that stage.
Can't wait for the 12.
I can't. Oh my.
Ready to perform, ready to
I
give the audience a show.
Because I am not only representing myself, my community, but I'm just ready to prove to that little girl at 8 years that, hey, if you do believe in your dreams and you do continue to remain persistent and resilient throughout the years, you can achieve it.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true, thank you. So, Sansha, did I pronounce it correctly?
Sansha, yes.
Sansha, okay. So, Kalinago daughter, tourism student, cultural ambassador. So, at only 19, what does it mean to represent the Kalinago territory and Dominica by extension on this national stage?
Well, yes, I am only 19, but age doesn't determine maturity.
Very true.
I am honored to represent both the Kalinago territory and Dominica on this stage. To me, it is about carrying the voices and resilience of both cultures and to let the world know that our culture is alive, powerful, and evolving.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. So now that we have gotten to know a little bit about you guys, we're going to dive into the actual purpose of this interview. We want to talk about a little bit about your platforms, and like I call them, platforms with power. All right, so Denisha, animal welfare.
Right.
So, your platform focuses on humane treatment of animals. What personal experience sparked this passion?
Okay, I'm glad you asked this question, and I did make a mention of that during Jail's interview. There was a time I was taking a walk in Grants Bay on the beach, and I came across a litter of puppies, and it really broke my heart a bit to see that there were litter of puppies and there was no mother, because they seemed, tired, they seemed cold, they seemed hungry, and I could not take all of them home, but I took one. Yes, and I nurtured it, and eventually it died because it
Uh-oh.
was sick. Yes, and I wanted to take it to the St. Nicholas Animal Rescue, but of course it died, so I didn't have the opportunity to do so. And I think this is what sparked my interest to raise awareness for humane treatment of animals in Dominica.
Okay. So we're going to stay on Denisha for a little while. All right, but quite interesting story. Honestly, had it been me, I probably would have went home with all of them because I am an avid animal lover. I have
That's
about
good.
9 cats, 1 dog.
Wow. Wow.
All right, so second question. Dominica has many stray animals. I mean, we see them almost on a daily basis on the roadside. What changes would you like to see nationally?
Okay. Well, I think we should start as a community first, because I think this issue stems from individuals releasing their animals as opposed to, giving up their animals to the St. Nicholas Animal Rescue. But I think that education also has a part to play in that, because many Dominicans do not know of the existence of St. Nicholas, so they're probably not aware of who do I call, what do I do. There's some level of ambiguity, so to speak. So I think we should start as a community. But on a national level, I think we should address this issue by collaborating with St. Nicholas to support initiatives such as spaying and neutering.
Very
So
true.
for those who don't know, spaying and neutering is a surgical process where you remove the reproductive organs of animals to, of course, prevent them from reproducing. And I think that will address the uncontrolled stray population in Dominica.
Yes, and I think that the prices are very reasonable.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So you just have to transport the animals there and then they do the service for you.
Yes.
Almost free of cost.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Now, one more question for you. How can young people become more responsible pet owners?
Okay, I think it starts with education, definitely. So I think we need to educate our young people, and this is something that I plan to do during my reign, to go into our schools, educate our young people, teach them about animal welfare, how to take care of your animals at home, how to be responsible pet owners. And I think that itself can allow our young people to grow up to be future advocates for animals.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Denisha. And you heard the platform is animal welfare. Okay, so Dana, from silence to strength. Your platform speaks to emotional health and breaking stigma. Why is this message so important right now?
I feel like many times individuals walk around wearing a facade and we don't know healthy ways on how to express our feelings. So I chose this platform to bring awareness to both suicide prevention and mental health challenges.
All right. Thank you. Now, what does silence look like in our communities? Silence.
To me, silence look like not being able to express yourself, whether you're grieving, going through some pressure, or just going through something difficult, not being able to express yourself properly.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so now, last question for you. As a young woman, how do you personally practice emotional wellness?
Everybody that knows me, they know that I love to speak. So to practice emotional wellness, I speak to somebody, especially my siblings, and I set healthy boundaries. Yes, it's going to ruffle some feathers when I set some boundaries, but that's fine. But I believe that my mental health is the most important thing to me.
Okay, so we set healthy boundaries
Yes.
and speak to somebody if we are able to.
Yes.
All right, so thank you so much. We'll now move over to Shireen. Platform PCOS awareness. Now, Shireen, PCOS is often misunderstood. Can you explain simply what PCOS is and why awareness actually matters?
PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. It is a hormonal imbalance in women, and it causes symptoms such as irregular periods, hair growth, facial hair growth, infertility in some cases, and weight gain. There are other symptoms, but this is the most common ones. And awareness is important because sometimes we see individuals with these symptoms and we don't know what it stands for. We don't know exactly what's going on. We see people in high places and sometimes they're going through that struggle and they're going through that struggle alone, and women need someone to speak to, like my counterpart said, mental health. It affects your mental health as well. So awareness is important for PCOS.
Right, now especially with the symptoms of PCOS, you talked about like the facial hair, right? Now, second question, can I relate to it? So it says that why do women's health issues still carry stigma?
Well, women are the ones responsible for childbearing, and when you hear that a woman is unable to reproduce or she's having difficulties in reproducing, then there's a stigma in the community against that woman. We see her as someone being unimportant in our communities, but she too, she matters, and she has a voice, she has feelings, and we should consider that. And I think that women health, the stigma is because we are not educated. There are many comments being made on how someone looks, how someone appears, but we don't know what it is that's happening. And with education, I think that will be easier able to identify what each condition is by just seeing a person instead of just saying, okay, sassy or mal, no man, you know?
Very true.
Okay.
Very true. That's one of the first comments when they make when they see a woman with facial hair.
Yes, that's one of the first comments, and that's something I would usually see on social media. And being someone with polycystic ovarian syndrome, I understand, and I wanted to bring advocacy and awareness to that topic.
All right. All right. So, how do you hope to empower women to speak openly about it?
Well, like I said, I suffer with this condition myself, and by bringing about my story and showing that I can stand boldly in my truth, I would like to empower women to do the same and take a page from my book and speak about it openly, find ways to cope with your condition, speak to your doctor, get checked out, speak to someone who might have the condition. You can speak to me, you can speak to Miss Rachel Shillingford. There are avenues which are available, they are just not highlighted in our community.
All right. Thank you so much, Shireen. Now, Dana, platform, hidden victims in violent homes. Now, your platform highlights children affected by domestic violence. Why are children often the quote-unquote hidden victims?
Okay, I would like to first correct it's children suffering from intimate partner violence, which differs slightly from domestic violence. With domestic violence, it often occurs in the home. It could be the mom and the child and their sibling, the sibling of the child and their grandparents. However, intimate partner violence focuses on the partners who are involved, which would be the direct victims. And children are referred to as the hidden victims because they are the ones whose their pain is often unheard of, though they are not directly affected. They are not the ones being scarred physically. They are the ones who are being scarred internally with this issue. So that's why I refer to them as the hidden victims. We don't often think of them as the hidden victims because to us the children probably don't suffer much, but we don't know. There are signs, and we need to properly educate ourselves in order to identify the signs.
All right, and I'm happy that you mentioned signs, because next question is, what signs should community members look for when a child is suffering silently?
Of course, sometimes there is a drop in school performance. Sometimes they often drop out of school. They will have withdrawals. They tend to be overly aggressive, or sometimes they tend to be overly sexual or promiscuous, or what we call that. Yes, these are a few signs. Even with small children, you often see them experiencing bedwetting. This is another sign that they may be experiencing some trauma with intimate partner violence.
All right, thank you. Now, what resources or partnerships would you want to strengthen?
I'm glad that you asked that question because I actually have an initiative right now in the works. It's called the Hidden Victim School Tour. And after the pageants, I intend to go out to visit the different primary schools on the island to actually speak to these children and to let them know that they are not alone, they should not suffer, and that help exists. And this will be done in various ways, through poetry, dance, whatever the case may be, because there are multiple ways in order to seek help for your traumas.
All right, but is it only for the primaries?
For now, for the primary schools, but of course we do intend to branch out into secondary schools. Yes.
All right. Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Sansha, platform, roots, and radiance. Your platform is rooted in cultural identity and empowerment. What does roots and radiance mean to you personally?
To me personally, Roots and Radiance is about being proud of where I came from, walking around with my head held high, and being proud to be a Kalinago and Arawak at that, because I am more Arawak than Kalinago. And yes, you can be both Arawak and Kalinago. So yes, just being able to walk around and be like, yes, I am a descendant from the first people of the Caribbean and the people who set the foundation for Dominica.
All right. So what message do you want the young Kalinago girls to hear from your journey?
On this pageant?
Yes.
Firstly, do not listen to any negativity that anybody is sending your way. Let it pass through that ear and pass through the next side, because some people can be very brutal. They are not brave enough like you to go on that stage, yet they still have a lot of opinions. And I feel like they should, just, I don't want to be rude, but they should just be a little quiet, because they wouldn't take it upon themselves to even give it a try to go and do what we are doing.
Very true. Lots of the time, persons, they cannot do an ounce of what you're doing, but they are the most opinionated ones.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So, Sansha, how can Dominica preserve indigenous heritage whilst moving forward?
I believe that Dominica can preserve indigenous culture by moving forward by like including the voices of the Kalinago people through development and decision making, but also respecting our culture and teaching our history and culture through schools, not just giving out information, but also taking the children out, for example, to the Kalinago Barana Oti, to let them have a first-hand experience as to how the Kalinago people lived before.
Right, right. Excellent. And I've been there in such a beautiful place. All right. So thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
These platforms are very powerful, and behind every single platform is a personal story. So we are now on to segment 3 of the interview, the woman behind the sash. Personal growth, life journeys. So these questions are for everyone.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, what has been your greatest personal challenge to overcome on your journey to the throne?
Okay. I like that you placed emphasis on personal because this is really personal to me. I do get anxious majority of the times, and I've had to contend with my anxiety a few times, but I've learned how to cope with it, find different coping mechanisms. For example, simply taking a few deep breaths before performances, appearances, interviews, and I think that is what has been keeping me and pushing me through this journey.
For me, it is time management because currently I am employed. I'm doing a lot of programs for personal growth. So my team actually got me a planner so that I can plan my day thoroughly every day so that I don't get caught up. And it allows me to better balance my time.
Okay, a planner. I live by the planner as well. I document everything from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I would say my greatest challenge would be getting involved. I'm a Capricorn, and I feel like if I don't do it myself, it won't get done how I want it to get done. So I have to be there on the ground, making sure, okay, that is how it's going. So I am very much involved in the process. Sometimes it can be tiring, and I try to sit back and let my team take control because I know they're in my best interest. That's my biggest challenge thus far.
All right, thank you.
The biggest challenge I had to overcome would be to stop being so hard on myself. I know I will never be a perfectionist, but I always want to ensure that I am my best self, especially for a pageant that I have been eyeing for such a long time.
So you're your biggest critic.
I am, yes.
For me, my biggest challenge is like Denisha. I've been anxious. I've had anxiety since I was 5. So sometimes, it can be a little overwhelming, and then you have a lot of people talking in your head. They want you to get this done, and they want you to be so perfect, and it can really be overwhelming. So all of this sometimes just breaks me down, but at the end of the day, I get back up and do what I have to do.
As you should, as you should. Okay, so we know that whenever the list comes out for the contestants who are going up for the show, to every 10 persons who have something good to say, there's always probably 1 or 2 negatives. Now, how do you guys deal with criticisms from the public?
Okay, I do not think or I do not see criticism as the end of the road, but rather when I am criticized, I take what's constructive and use it to become better, not bitter.
Amen.
I believe I do the same as well, though, Danisha. Actually, I don't manage my own social media pages. My team manage my page, so I don't get to see the critiques. But whatever that is said for improvement, my team and I we will discuss it, and we work on it.
Just like Denisha and Dana, I am not on social media. My team handles my social media platforms, and I have actually deactivated my Facebook page. And it
Wow.
was for my sanity because, like I said, I like to be involved in everything. I'll go for every comment. So, for my sanity, I deactivated my Facebook page, and then I am very good at taking criticism. My mother would think differently, but I am very good at taking criticism and changing whatever is it that they said that I need to change.
For me, I would say I am an open-minded individual, and that's one of the traits my team really loves about me. So whether it is I think some time ago we had a question and answer panel, and the criticism was tough, but I went into that experience knowing that I'm here to learn and grow from what I'm learning, and to ensure that I extract what needs to be extracted from that information and apply it to my life. And also, the number one thing, you take it to the Lord. So I am so happy that I have not just my family, but a community who is rooted in the spiritual faith. So they're always praying for me. They're always messaging me and sending me for a request. So thank you so much. Your help is really pushing me forward during this journey.
All right, so family and prayer.
Yes, all the way.
Unlike some of the other contestants, I am very much on social media, so every negative comment, I do see them. However, as I said earlier, they pass through this year and they go the next. Because at the end of the day, this is not your journey. You are not the person doing this. You would never step up and say, hey, let me give it a try to go for Dominica, because some of you don't have the, should I say, confidence. Maybe you all do. It's not as much as we do, I guess. So at the end of the day, it's not your journey, and I feel like you not being in our position, you should not say anything negative. The positive criticism, though, I do take it at heart. They help me get through this journey as well. But the negative, they don't get to me.
Yes, and I back you 100%. The negatives, I just ignore them. If it's something positive, I take it to better myself. Okay, so the last question for this segment is, what does confidence mean to you?
To me, confidence means having a strong belief in myself and my abilities. And it also doesn't mean being the loudest in the room or knowing all the answers, but simply being able to lift your head up high and to push forward.
To me, confidence means waking up every day and taking on challenges that others would not have, facing adversity with courage.
Confidence to me is seeing something far from my reach, but still going for it.
Confidence to me would mean being secure within oneself and being unapologetically yourself, and also being able to take constructive criticism and not let it hinder who you are as a person, but to strengthen you.
Confidence to me is knowing exactly who I am. Whatever people say about me does not define who I am. By walking into rooms and not being intimidated by whoever is there, but telling myself that I can be on that same level as long as I put my mind to it.
All right. So you heard what confidence means to all of the ladies. It's not just about having a pretty face, but it's much more than that. So we have heard about the ladies' personal lives. We have heard about your platforms. We have heard about your journey to the throne. So now we're going to lighten up the mood a little bit. Okay? So we are now on to segment 4, which is our Carnival Queen energy. Fun, fast, and memorable. So we're not going to give the questions too much thought.
Okay.
You're going to say the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Okay.
So what is one word your community would use to describe you?
Quiet. Yes, quiet.
Quiet.
Yes.
Okay.
Outgoing.
Clown. I like to laugh, and I like to make people laugh.
Poised.
Princess.
All right. Okay. Second one. Favorite Dominican dish?
That's a difficult one. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to say pilau.
For me, it's a smoked meat broth.
Like Denisha, a black moist pilau.
Lentils or no lentils?
I know, it doesn't matter to me. Does it have flavor?
For me, vegan codfish.
For me is a big hot peppery one pot.
One pot, all right. True Dominican dishes. I mean, well, the question is not for me, but my favorite dish, Sunday to Sunday, crab. In season, out of season, just give me some crabs. Okay. What is one talent you wish you had?
What talent I wish I had? I wish I could play the violin. Honestly.
Acrobatics.
Yes.
Nice.
Opera.
Contortion.
I wish I could draw. Because I can dance, I can model, I'm so much into the arts, but I cannot draw. I wish I could draw.
You can draw without? So we have an artist amongst us. Okay, guys. So, one carnival song that gets you moving. You can say it, you can sing it.
Rags by Trilogy and the Signal Band.
Ooh. The song by Voice, Woman and Woman and Woman and Woman.
Can't behave.
Yes.
My favorite carnival song right now would have to be Job Decisions by Vaughn.
Rags as well. I don't know, it's something about that song. It just gets you going.
I would have to agree with Dana, Woman and Woman by Voice.
Okay, well, me, I'm strictly local, and I like my old school calypso, the little funny one. So, if I under and I hear before be bahala for baby, I'm moving, I'm shaking, I'm grooving. Okay, last one. Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers. Heels.
Sneakers.
Snickers.
Heels.
All right, ladies. So, thank you so much. That was a little fun round. Now we are winding down our interview. All right? And it was such a pleasure having you guys here with us tonight. Now, we're just going to do one or two more questions before we go. Now, beyond our costumes and our music and the pageantry, what does Dominica Carnival mean to you?
I think that our carnival is a safe space to celebrate our history, our resilience, and to honor our roots, what makes us Dominicans.
Beautiful.
Apart from the costumes and the pageantry, to me, carnival means therapy. It's the time where we all come together and we celebrate as one and we release all our stress.
Carnival to me, beyond the flair, is togetherness. I love carnival season because that's when you get to interact with so many people. People you normally wouldn't interact with could be your carnival buddy.
To me, it would mean inclusivity. I love the sense of togetherness as a people. You know, it's that moment where we tend to forget about all disputes we have with each other and just unite as one Caribbean people. And I think sometimes that we need to really understand our power, the power we have when we unite.
I would have to agree with Dana. It's like therapy. You come, it's a time to like just forget about all your worries, your struggles, just come to vibe and also enjoy our culture, coming together to promote our culture and just coming together as one.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, ladies. Now, final question before we close off the night. In one sentence, or maybe two, why should Dominica believe in your reign? If you were to be crowned Miss Dominica 2026, why should we as Dominicans believe in your reign?
If I were to win Miss Dominica 2026, I believe that Dominicans should believe in my reign as the youngest here, as a 19-year-old, being able to step up and advocate for women, both Kalinago and Dominican women, to be a voice for them, a representative at that, to let them know that it is okay to be confident and believe in who you are and be proud of where you came from.
I would want Dominicans to believe in my reign because my reign will be rooted in service, in leadership, in protection of our children. And we often say that our children are the future. But in order for our children to be the future, to be the best selves that they can be, in order to provide a better future for them and their loved ones, we have to ensure that they are protected. And that is my goal, to ensure that if I can at least impact one life, that one life can go on to impact 5, 10, or even 20 more.
Dominicans should believe in my reign because my reign would be one of humanitarianism and advocacy. Advocacy for my platform, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and bringing a sisterhood to women who suffer from this ailment.
Dominicans should believe in my reign because I would be rooted in purpose. I would be an advocate for mental health challenges and suicide prevention. I would also create safe spaces so that people who are suffering from this, they can have somewhere to turn to in regards to whether they need to seek therapy or they need an activity. I will be there for them.
So, my mantra is actually rooted in purpose, ready to reign, and the throne already knows my name. So, this means that I am ready to reign. And even in this short space of time, I have reflected my passion through advocacy and through action. I've already collaborated with the St. Nicholas Animal Shelter. So when I do win, I plan to do more to support initiatives and projects to advocate for my platform.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Now, before we say our goodbyes and we hit the road, we're going to take one last final comment from you. One last comment that you'd like to leave with the viewers and persons listening.
Sure. Thank you so much for viewing tonight. I would like to encourage everyone to come to the show on February 12th, 2026. I think that it would be a fantastic show. We plan to put on a phenomenal show. And to my supporters out there, family, friends, Team Denti, Jaguabe, thank you so much for your immense support. I am really grateful.
As that power, I encourage each and every one of you to turn out on February on February 12th to come out to support not only me but the other lovely contestants as we vie for the title of Miss Dominica 2026.
Thank you everyone for staying tuned. I invite you all to the show on the night of February 12th at Carnival City to support me and my four lovely sisters. I also invite you to be part of our Republic Bank family at Republic On Board, where you could sign up to be part of Republic, to be a Republic Bank customer on Republic On Board online.
I would like to thank the listeners and viewers of MO News for tuning in to listen to us, because we are more than beautiful faces. We are able and we have showed you that we are ready to represent our country. And to join us on the 12th of February, which is next week Thursday, at the Carnival City, Winter Park Sports Stadium, as we show you beauty in its purest form with purpose. And also, I will be there, like I said at the beginning, I will be there cooking with Petrogas, so ensure that you're there to watch me.
To the viewers and listeners, I would like to thank you all for coming on board and listen. I want to say thank you to my true supporters out there for believing in me and being on this journey with me. And I invite each and every one of you to come and support the fellow contestants and I on February 12th at 8 p.m. at Windsor Park Stadium.
All right. Thank you much. Thank you very much, ladies. So, Dominica, these 5 young women remind us that the Miss Dominica Carnival Queen Show, it's not just about beauty. It's about voice, vision, service, and leadership. So we wish Denisha, Dana, Shireen, Dana, and Sansha the very best as they prepare for the grand stage on February the 12th, 2026 at the Windsor Park Stadium. So all the best, ladies.
Thank you.
And it was a pleasure having you guys here with us tonight.
Thank you.
So to our viewers, we want to say thank you guys for joining us. And once again, I'm your presenter, Konania Thomas, representing M1 News. And we want to remind you guys to tune in every night at 8 p.m. for our nightly news. Thank you and good night.